Black supremacy is NattyIsisYah. So I want to talk about what I see going on, and that's that a lot of brothers in the conscious community are, wherever, you might not consider them conscious, but it's about 4 brothers, probably more, probably going to continue to grow in this direction. But what I've been seeing is that a lot of brothers are using this spirituality, this new age spirituality, and metaphysics as an escape tactic, to have to deal with a lot of the issues that we have been facing as black people trying to empower ourselves and liberate ourselves out of a corrupt system, and to try to do for ourselves, right? And what they're saying is that black power has failed us, that black power leaders have failed us, that if you are pro-black, that you are just focusing on the white man, and that you are blaming the white man, and that you are using him as a scapegoat to not have to do anything. Well, for one, the reason why a lot of things have not been able to be done is because the white man does indeed create barriers and blocks where you cannot just do things for ourselves as black people, for our own, right, without him telling you, you either have to pay this tax, you either have to buy this land, you have to register this license, right? How can you build a pro-black nation without seeing these obstacles, right? For one, the reason why you can say that being pro-black or black power has failed is because you yourself have abandoned the pro-black movement, because you yourself could not be for black people. You could not establish anything. You yourself ran into some obstacles, right? So you ran over to the spirituality community. You ran over to the new age movement to try to manifest your will over there, right? Because you yourself could not deal with the obstacles. You found out that, they're going to lock your ass up. You found out that they are going to profile you. You found out that they're going to pull you over on your way, right, to trying to do something for your people. You found out that you need money, right? That if you want to feed your people, if you want to house them, clothe them, you found out that you need money, and that you need to set up a black business. You need to go and register this license, right? You found out that, if I go into the spirituality movement, I can temporarily, metaphysically escape. I can temporarily con myself into thinking that, I was just fooling myself all along because I wasn't imagining enough, or I wasn't being creative enough, right? When I was pro-black, you think that because when now that you found the spirituality thing, that it is going to be the solution to your ultimate happiness and freedom. And I'm saying this new age spirituality movement is no different than the internet marketing, or the network marketing, or the financial freedom marketing tactic that has also been pulled on us, where they tell us, join this company, right? There's something called financial freedom. Do you want financial freedom? All you got to do is sell these products. All you got to do is prospect every day. All you got to do is build this website every day, and you're going to be financially free, right? But then you go and come to these meetings, come to these seminars, learn how to, learn the ins and outs of the business, right? And then you join the business, right? You see all these different type of races, and you think, okay, all we ever needed was financial freedom, right? Now I'm here, and we just need to let more people know about this company and this business, and there'll be less racism, right? And there'll be less of us getting shot down and killed. There'll be less of us having to, not be able to pay our rent because we just need to join this company and join this business, right? And then you find out that the owners of the company, not only are they targeting black people, who a lot of them, don't have the time or the resources to really investigate the company further, but they're targeting black people, right? And not only are they targeting black people, they're taking all of the black people's entire family downline. They're taking all they prospects and the potential customers. They're taking all their leads, right? And they're putting them on their team. They're not putting them on your downline like they're supposed to. You know, they're taking them, right? And then now you end up with one or two people that you gotta sneak to get, right? Because they don't want you to be the get the diamond position. They don't want you to get the ring position, right? And it's kind of the same with the new age community. Next thing you know, they find out that they've taken all your money and they've skipped town, and there's no more of this network marketing business, right? They pulled one over on you in the network, the internet marketing, financial freedom lane, and now you all are going to join this new age spirituality lane, right? Now, if you're going to do that, you should know that even in the new age spirituality lane, it's not all gravy, right? They got different races of aliens, if you want to talk about that, because if you're talking about spirituality, it goes deeper. I know some of you want to stay on the surface and you want to stay with the Jesus Christ spirituality crew, but it's a conflict of interest, because now you're a spiritual, non-pro-black, pro-everybody Christian again. You back to being a Christian. The same stuff that got us in this mess in the first place. You know, looking at your brother and sister and black youth as demons, as evil, right? But nothing the white man does is evil, because now you are a spiritually enlightened being who, you know, somehow doesn't see wrong or right when it comes to the white man. But anything your black brother do that is pro-black, right, or that is talking about some black power, black supremacy, you see him as evil. All of a sudden you have duality when it comes to black people, right? And you know, if you want to go even further, like I said, you got the whole different race of aliens, but I know y'all don't want to go that deep. Y'all don't want to have to really deal with what we're really up against. You know, if you even talk about, because if you're in spirituality, you're still gonna have the whole Illuminati factor, right? When you have the Illuminati factor, now you have Draco aliens, now you have all these different type of aliens, right? And beings, or whatever you want to call it, that are not just in some spaceship somewhere, that are supposed, you know, they're supposed to be here, look like you, or maybe not necessarily look like you, but quote unquote ruling this planet. And this is where you all start looking, and then you all turn the finger and you talk about, well, you know, you're just crazy. Who's they? What are you talking about? All of a sudden now you're not so spiritually open and enlightened anymore. All of a sudden you closed off, because at the base of it, you're scared and you hate your black brother and your black sister, and at the base of it, you don't want to step up, right, and really deal with what we are up against as black melanated beings. And some of you brothers are the blackest, the melanatest, the most melanated, you know, if you want to use that type of terminology. Some of y'all are the blackest brothers and sisters running over to this new age spirituality stuff. And it's like, if this thing was such a solution for us, why didn't Becky, you know, come from her retreat and come and enlighten you, right? Why didn't Sally and Bob come down to the hood and say, you know what, you little Negroes, all you need to do is sit here and meditate and chant Om 50 times or 108 times? Why didn't Robert, you know, why didn't he, after he you know, comes out of the freaking woods, from, you know, just sun gazing or some shit, why didn't he come down and, you know, go and stop the police officer and you know, take off his glasses and just beam some shit into his mind and say, you know, leave that black man alone. This black, this spiritual, this white, this crack ass, this spirituality stuff is not going to save you either. What it is something that was, you know, and it's like you tie it into the money thing again. And I'm telling you, the way you're looking at this thing, it's not founded in nothing. It's not the solution, because a lot of you are really just tying in the spirituality thing with a means of earning money. So now you're telling us, you know, we just not creative enough. We're not using our imagination. That there's enough for us to go around. We don't need to hate the white man. We don't need to kill the white. You know, you add all these narratives and these layers, right, based on how you truly feel, because you truly feel this way, right? And so you add all these layers and narratives onto an entire community, and tell them that this is how each and every one of them feels, and this is how each and every one of them reacts and responds, and they're of the devil and they shouldn't be thinking that way because there's enough land, resources, and money and all this stuff to go around. Well, if that was the case, why did they rob us all the way from Africa to come over here? Why didn't the white people, these same crackers that you're getting all the spirituality stuff, why didn't they say to each other, you know what, well, there's enough of us white racist criminal thugs, that just got let out of prison to go around. We don't need to do any of this. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they say there's enough land we could till the soil ourselves? No, they saw us as a commodity. So they came and they stole us, right? And the spirituality thing here, it is not meant to make you really financially rich. It's not really to spiritually enlighten you, because I'm telling you, if you were to really become spiritually enlightened, you would see the greater war that we are up against, and you would deal with these beings, right? You all just want to stay on this soft, safe surface. It's like, do you see warfare? Does warfare register anywhere? Spiritual warfare? Have you heard of that term? That exists. Guess what? That's spiritual warfare. It's an interdimensional war you're dealing with. You're gonna tell these beings there's enough freaking energy to go around. You know what I mean? It's like you're not rooted and you're not founded in anything other than escapism. And this spirituality that you are dealing with was never meant to spiritually enlighten you. This financial quest was never meant to free you, and it cannot free you financially. All this stuff ever was for white people to get their money up, to clear their conscience of all the evils and the atrocities that they did to us and their ancestors did to us. And maybe it actually helped some of them to stop raping, robbing, and pillaging us. But as black people, it was not meant for us. If anything, it was meant to integrate us into an already burning house. The fact that some of you are just getting into this now shows that you all are late. They have been having these conferences, they have been having these dialogues, they have been having these meetings, seminars, seances, and rituals for a very, very long time, and you all just getting into it yesterday and looking at all your black people and saying, oh, you all are ignorant, you all don't have no spirituality, you all are demons, you all are evil, you all just trying to get us all killed. Really? Like we haven't tried, like black people have not tried every and anything. And it's like you can take this spirituality in many places. In some places, in some countries, people are just trying to just meditate, and they're using their spirituality to protest the government ills and the government wrongs, where they will meditate. Falun Gong. They will meditate as opposed to working, and as opposed to being a slave and being a sheeple to their government. They sit and they meditate. They use their spirituality for a purpose. The police come and beat them upside their head. You have monks, you have all of these other highly spiritual beings, right, that use their spirituality for a purpose. They at war. They get exiled from their country. Right? And you all are going to just come and just use the spirit. They don't look back at the people that are looking at them as negative. They can't come close to the spiritual level that they're on. So for you all to look back at your black brother and sister that is putting in work, that has built the platform for you to launch off of and to leap pad off of, and to go and say, well, you know what, I'm a spiritually enlightened being now with your some of y'all is just too old for that, right? Too old for it to just be pretending, that you don't know better, right? So some of you is just you on this now. What are you gonna do when this doesn't work? When the spirituality thing don't work? Because I don't think you all are even taking it that serious. You're not even taking it that serious enough, right? It's just an escape. It's just a little closet that you went and you hid in the burning house. So that is what I have to say. And you know what? I'm gonna start calling names. This video is for Elijah. This video is for Pharaoh. This video is for Lex and some other people that I see, especially male black brothers. See, this is what this video is for. For the sisters seem to at least be a little more aware, a little bit more cognizant. And it's like when they see you, brothers, they see you as, you know, some of you look as though you got some information, right, to share. And we are naturally driven to information. We naturally want what you would call the alpha male, right? And you all come across as that because you're not just walking around the hood with your pants sagging, and, you know, you're not just dealing with drugs, and you know, you don't just you just not necessarily got the personality and the behavior of somebody who we have pretty much seen as going to necessarily harm us or hurt us or not be beneficial to us. But what you all are doing is you are usurping the feminine energy. You are usurping the energy of the womb, right? And putting us back under Christianity, back into this integrated burning house, you know, back into this self-hating type of mentality, right? Where now it's like we're trading in our black people's freedom, liberation. We're trading in our black babies, right, for a piece of land off in the middle of nowhere, right? And thinking that the white man can't fly a drone, or he's not going to touch you there. You know, you bring enough black melanated Negroes over there talking about they're not going to do nothing, they're not going to work, and they just you think the governments over there and in those countries ain't going to try to be like, well, what the fuck? I mean, have you heard of Jim Jones? What are you going to do when these crackers, they want to come down and they really just want to investigate, and they're really pressing you hard, trying to ruin your community and ruin your country? You know, you got the sisters trading in, you know, really going deep into their spirituality and their metaphysics, and, you know, making a difference in their community, to just, you know, have their head just trapped up in some books or something. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're not doing our people a favor by doing that. Like, if you, that's what you believe, I don't think you should be using the sisters' energy necessarily for that. I definitely feel like sisters, they do need a space to be free and to be liberated, right? But some of you, it's like you're just usurping all of this energy that could really be going towards something powerful, towards really liberating our people. Because these sisters now that are drawn to the information and are drawn to that type of energy, they are not putting their minds towards really truly dealing with the problem, dealing with the beast. And you cannot just imagine your way out of this thing. I mean, you can imagine your way on how to deal with it once and for all, or how to protect yourself and how to build up your security levels and how to combat it. But to just say, you know what, I am not thinking about it, so it doesn't exist, or if I think about it, or if I'm pro this, I'm going to create pro that, and, you know, instead I'm going to be pro this, and all of a sudden that's not, it's like you're escaping. It's clear that you are escaping dealing with reality, and that makes you not an alpha male. Right? That, you know, the sisters are going to see it. The sisters that were really drawn towards that real true alpha male spirit, that were really drawn towards that pro-black spirit that they may have seen in you, they're going to see that weak little boy that's just trying to escape, that doesn't want to deal with nothing, that is really not going to defend me. You know, he's not willing to defend the nation, not willing to defend anything or any community that he establishes. And I'm just going to be in this elusive spirituality where, you know, now they could just demonize you for not necessarily doing or conforming to this new way of thinking, right? So it's like, I think people need to pay attention to that and stop being some punks, man. Black supremacy. Join the website kingdomuncensored.com.